All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to your Valley News Now digital update. I'm Devin Fry. The latest on what we have going on in the Valley News Live newsroom at this point. We're not going to waste any time today. We're going to get right out to the Twin Cities to open things up this afternoon. Tensions continuing to rise following the fatal shooting of a woman by an ICE agent on Wednesday. The Trump administration defending the officer's actions, while local leaders and thousands of protesters are voicing their frustrations. Usher Qureshi brings us the very latest, and we'll go ahead and play that for you now.
Protests this morning outside a federal building in Minneapolis, where residents are demanding justice after 37-year-old Renee Good was shot and killed by an ICE agent Wednesday.
Saw the video. I just totally thought it was murder, plain and simple.
That video shows Good backing up in her car as an agent tries to open the driver's side door. As she begins to pull away, another officer draws his gun and fires multiple rounds, killing her. The Trump administration blames Good. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem claims Good had been stalking agents all day.
This vehicle was used to hit this officer. It was used as a weapon, and the officer feels as though his life was in jeopardy. It was used to perpetuate a violent act.
Minnesota's Bureau of Criminal Apprehension says it will not be part of the FBI-led investigation, saying the FBI is blocking access to evidence, investigative interviews, and case materials.
It feels very, very difficult that we will get a fair outcome. And I say that only because people in positions of power have already passed judgment.
State and local leaders say ICE should leave Minneapolis, and its presence is what led to the violence.
The use of deadly force.
Retired ICE agent Eric Ballier took a close look at the video evidence and says it's up to the officer to stay calm.
She's trying to get around that vehicle, is what it appears to me. She has the steering wheel turned to the right, and she's trying to get away.
Renee Nicole Good leaves behind a wife and 3 children. Usher Qureshi, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Again, that's the latest on this long developing situation. We have a lot more available for this right now on our website, valleynewslive.com, and our social media feeds. Right now on our Facebook page, our Gray DC Bureau was able to catch up with Vice President J.D. Vance, specifically asked him about a message for protesters and leaders in Minnesota. The Vice President's full message can be found on our website, or on our Facebook page, I should say, right now. Be sure to stay tuned as we continue to follow the situation. Protests expected to continue into tonight. We're going to keep following this as long as we need to. Now let's move things a little bit closer to home. You can see in the corner here, 27 degrees. I think this is the second consecutive day. 27 is the number that's showing up. I hope it never goes away, but to learn when that might go away, let's go to First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Summer Schnellbach, who brings us more on what we can expect as this weather pattern continues.
Meteorologist Summer Schnellbach here. Not quite as warm as what we were yesterday. You can see my breath here outside and need a bit of a jacket today, but we have at least seen some more filtered sunshine. Some changes are in the forecast. We have some more cloud cover building in as we approach the weekend. We've got 2 systems that we have been watching all week long. One is a low pressure system out of Canada that's going to bring a little bit, and I mean little bit, of light snow to our region on Friday. More so late in the day and then into Saturday morning. And then that Colorado low that we have been tracking all week. Those 2 systems are going to be merging closer to the Great Lakes, but we'll be on the backside, the western edge of that, and could see a little bit more very light snow on Saturday. Talking an inch, maybe 2 inches in a couple spots maximum, the way it's looking now for snowfall amounts. But it does come with a bit of wind on Saturday, so we could see some patchy blowing snow in some areas, mostly east, as gusts could approach 30 miles per hour or greater. And cooler temperatures on Saturday, too. We'll be back down into the teens, which is average for this time of year. Next week, we warm right back up, starting Sunday, 20s to near 30, mid to upper 30s on Monday and Tuesday. But then we're more active next week, too. Chances for a wintry mix on Tuesday into Wednesday morning, and then another chance for Thursday into Friday morning, too. And then starting next weekend and the following week, we're talking about colder temperatures that'll start to settle in and to stick around for the rest of the month. Join us for Valley News Live tonight for the latest forecast.
I will, Summer. Thank you for that. Summer Schnellbach joining us from out in the elements, if you still call it that, at 30 degrees. We'll go ahead and give her the benefit of the doubt there. Now, again, be sure to download your Valley News Live weather app for the latest on those systems that Summer was talking about, and also be sure to pay attention to our shows coming up tonight at 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. We've got you covered. Speaking of us having you covered, these are the latest headlines that we're working on today in the Valley News Live newsroom. Some good news from a scary situation this morning. North Dakota Highway Patrol says that an 18-year-old vulnerable adult has been found safe after a silver alert was issued this morning. 18-year-old Zoya Armstrong has been found and is now safe. Again, that silver alert issued for the vulnerable adult that has obviously now been lifted. Authorities thanking the public for tips in that case. Some more headlines from our area. This one takes us out to Devil's Lake. A man is seeking a new trial 30 years after a murder conviction. Werner Kunkel, convicted in 1995 of the stabbing death of Gilbert Fassett, is asking for this new trial, saying prosecutors failed to disclose witness statements that reportedly saw the victim alive after the date prosecutors said he died. Kunkel's attorneys also raised questions about missing physical evidence and conflicting forensic opinions. An evidentiary hearing is scheduled in Ramsey County. That's actually going on right now. So his hearing started yesterday. It's going to run the next 2 days. From there, they'll see if there's enough to start a new trial. Again, the hearings that are happening now, not about whether or not he's innocent, just about seeing if he can get a new trial. Snowmobiler is now saved after falling through ice on Lake Ida. A 24-year-old woman, Alicia Stottsberry, is safe after a snowmobile broke through the ice on Wednesday night. She exited the vehicle and walked to shore from there. A Douglas County drone team helped locate the snowmobile. Officials do warn that ice conditions remain dangerous and are urging caution once again, especially with the warm weather we've been having. If you're thinking about going out on the ice, maybe rethink that. I know I'm itching to go ice fishing. I know a lot of people are. I don't want to be too preachy, but let's maybe give the ice a little bit of time here. Some exciting news for a lot of people in the area. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and say it. For my wife in particular, we might be getting a Dunkin' location inside the 55th Avenue Walmart. An application has been submitted to add a Dunkin' inside the Walmart at 3757 55th Avenue South. The project lists a projected cost of $275,000 and an occupancy load of 18 people. Now, again, I want to emphasize these are just plans for now. They were just submitted. It's pending final approval. We have had, obviously, we were able to confirm that Taco John's was coming back a little bit ago through city records. The Wingstop that is now has signage up at the Midtown Manor. So some exciting times. Some restaurants a lot of people have been craving, for lack of a better term, that we might be getting here in the area. Let's shift our focus to what we have coming up tonight on Valley News Live. A family is reeling after a fire destroyed their machine shed, a big loss for what they're calling their fully regenerative farm. Valley News Now's Jessica Bringy caught up with reporter Anna Ballweber to chat about that story coming up tonight. And as soon as I get my machinery to cooperate, it's a one-man stream, folks. Here's the latest from Jessica Bringy, again talking to Anna Ballweber about her story coming up tonight on Valley News Live.
All right, we're taking a deeper dive into, Anna, your story. You were on the scene of a farm. Can you kind of just walk us through what you saw and what's happening?
Yeah, so this farm, it's called Acres of Asher, and it's just south of Fergus Falls. And they had a fire on New Year's Day, so it was kind of a really rough start to 2026. I was there earlier today, and it was a machine shed, and it's all rubble, it's all debris. And today it is still smoldering. It's still smoky. Even when I pulled up, I could smell the smoke.
How many days has it been?
Since New Year's Day? What day is it? 8?
Oh my gosh,
7?
Yeah. I mean, you would think that they would still be nervous about it, almost like restarting.
I asked them that. I said, "Are you nervous about it reigniting?" And he said, "No, the fire department was here super quick. They actually pushed everything kind of to the side. So I don't think they're worried about it restarting, but it definitely was still smoldering today." So, and I saw the pictures online first, but really being there in person, it was really incredible to see that amount of damage.
And then all of the chickens, did they all die in the
fire? They all made it. There are
success. Okay, good. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yes, thousands of chickens there. They all made it. There's some livestock. They all made it.
Good.
And that's the other part of the scene that I saw was that, this machine shed burned down. So all the chickens, they're running everywhere now.
They're having fun. They're free.
I think
They're
they
free
like
range.
it. I think they do. Yeah, so it was just chickens running everywhere. The biggest hit though was there was a big mealworm operation. So there was over 11 million mealworms that were totally lost in the fire, and they were used to be like a protein source for those chickens. So they don't really know where they're going to go from there.
Do you know how expensive the cost?
They weren't even able to tell me.
Okay.
They are kind of going through insurance right now, and he said, it's kind of hard to tell. But the guy who did the mealworm operation, he was great, and he was really, really passionate about that operation. So it was a really big hit.
Because it's regenerative. You were saying that it kind of just is cyclical.
Yes,
it feeds
it's
itself,
like a full circle farm, and it was really cool to see. And I'm from Minneapolis, so seeing this farm, it was really cool to see.
And we're going to be hearing from the farmer himself.
Yep, we're going to hear from the owner and also the operations director. He's the one with the mealworms.
And that's coming up
6 o'clock tonight.
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And they actually left you with something which I think is really kind of cool, especially given what they've been through. So some eggs here, right?
Yes, they gave me some farm fresh eggs here.
They're beautiful.
They're so pretty.
Honestly, it's so aesthetic. Like,
yeah,
I just want some just to put out in my kitchen
yeah,
to display.
It was a really very nice gesture, especially, they went through something so horrible, this tragedy, and
they're still so giving.
It really speaks to who they are as people. So I was very, very grateful to get these, and I cannot wait to make something with these.
Yeah, just like take pictures of them before you do, because they're just like so aesthetic. But I'm looking forward to hearing from them and hearing more on your story coming up then at 6.
Yeah.
Coming up later today on Valley News Live, I'll be talking about a lot of the topics that were covered this morning at the Chamber's annual State of the Cities. We'll be talking about different issues and even opportunities in our communities of Horace, Dilworth, Fargo, West Fargo, and Moorhead. That's later today on Valley News Live.
Again, a lot of fun stuff coming up tonight on Valley News Live. Incredible content that our newsroom's continuing to churn out. It's really awesome to be able to kind of bring that here as well. Now, before we get out of here, let's go ahead and do what we always do. Take a look at what our conditions are looking like as you get ready to head out the door at work, assumingly, or if you're just hanging out at home, get ready to go out. It's about dinner time, right? Go get some dinner. Let's take a look at what things are looking like right now. This is our sky cam. This is our Dakota Magic Casino sky cam. Obviously, the flag's always whipping out there, but overall conditions looking fairly ideal. And that goes for our travel maps as well from North Dakota DOT. As you can see, all of us down here in the metro, green. Green is good. We love green. Up in our northern viewing areas, things getting a little bit sloppy up there, but nothing that's going to affect travel. Just some scattered wet and slushy roads up here and some scattered ice as well to the east of Grafton, around the Langdon Cavalier area. That's where you got to watch out for those scattered wet, slushy roads. So if you're one of our friends from up in the Northern Valley, there you go. We got you covered here on Valley News Live, or on Valley News Now, I should say. Get ready for Valley News Live. 4 o'clock show coming up in about 13 minutes, if my math is correct, and I am not good at math. I could read aloud real well, but that's about where my skill set lies. I could also give bad sports takes whenever necessary, but that hasn't really helped me too much. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me. Be sure to stay tuned. Valley News Live at 4, about to start in about 13 minutes. Of course, newscast coming up at 5, 6, 9, and 10 as well. Be sure to stay tuned. All kinds of good content coming up tonight on Valley News Live. But for now, for Valley News Now, I'm Devin Fry.